Dear students, welcome to the second session of the Histology, Animal Behavior and Applied Zoology paper prescribed by the Mangalore University for 4th semester BSc Zoology. In this session, we shall consider the study of histological features of mammalian salivary glands. The mammalian salivary gland is a special gland situated in the buccal cavity and is responsible for the synthesis and secretion of a fluid called saliva. The food is tasted and mixed with the saliva that is secreted by the several sets of glands. Besides the many minute glands that secrete saliva, there are three major pairs of salivary glands, and these are the parotid glands. You can see here, this is the parotid gland, and the submandibular gland. The one which is situated just below the jaws is the submandibular gland. Here you can see here the submandibular gland, and the third one, which is situated at the base of the tongue, is called sublingual gland. The ducts of all these three glands reach the buccal cavity and they drain the secretions of these glands directly into the buccal cavity. As you can see here, based on the structure and shape and size, these subparotid glands are the largest pairs and are located at the side of the face, below and in front of each ear. So this is the parotid gland. The submandibular glands, which are rounded in shape, lie near to the inner side of the lower jawbone. Here you can see they are lying near the inner side of the jawbone and in front of the sternomastoid muscle, the muscle prominent in the muscle of the jaw. The sublingual glands lie directly under the mucous membrane covering the floor of the mouth beneath the tongue. So these three are the very important and major salivary glands present in the buccal cavity of human beings. Anatomically, the salivary glands are composed of several tubuloacinar glands. These tubuloacinar glands are further classified as serous glands and mucous glands, or both. That means, serous glands or mucous glands or mixed glands. So mixed glands means they contain both serous and mucous glands depending on the type of secretory acini that they contain. If they contain a serous acini, then they are called serous glands. If they contain mucous acini, then they are called mucous glands. If they contain both, then they are called mixed type. These glands are surrounded by a capsule of dense irregular collagenous connective tissue with septa that divide each gland into lobes and lobules. You can see that the salivary glands are divided into many lobes and lobules, and this is because of the innervation of the capsule, which is dense, irregular and collagenous in nature, which is also a connective tissue that surrounds each salivary gland. And septa of these glands are able to divide the entire gland into many lobes and lobules. The salivary acini consists of pyramidal serous or mucus cells arranged around a lumen that connects with the intercalated duct. So you can see here, this is a acini, okay, which is having a central space, is called lumen, and then surrounded by many acinar cells which are pyramidal in shape with a characteristic conspicuous nucleus situated at the base of the cell. And this lumen is connected to the intercalated ducts, and the intercalated ducts will collect all the saliva and they drain off into the major salivary ducts, and the function of major salivary ducts is to drain off all the saliva present in them to the buccal cavity. The mucus acini may be overlaid with a crescent-shaped collection of serous cells called serous demilumens. So you can see here, this is a mucus acini, okay, and this mucus acini will have a overlay. That means over the mucus acini there will be crescent shaped. You can see here half moon shaped serous cells. Okay, this is the serous cell, and this structure is called serous demilume. This is very important. See here, there are two types of cells which are characterized, which can be differentiated based on their color. This is the serous acinus and this is the mucus acinus. Okay, it's having some creamish or grayish color. This is serous and mucus acinus, and the one having purplish color is the serous acinus. Okay, both of them are made up of a central lumen surrounded by some pyramidal cells. But the speciality here is the mucus acinus are sometimes overlaid. That means over the mucus acinus there will be some cells which are the cells of serous acinus, and these crescent shaped structures are called serous demilumens. And you can also see here the anatomy of intercalated duct as well as the striated ducts. So intercalated duct again will have the simple epithelial cells, and inside there is a lumen. And the striated ducts are characterized by the presence of the nucleus at their apical portion. You can see here, okay, wherein serous acinus the nucleus was confined to the base of the cell. Here it is present at almost at the apex of the cell. So let us look into the functions of salivary gland. Exactly, the salivary gland. The salivary glands synthesize and secrete salivary amylase, lysozyme, lactoferrin, and secretory component. And all these are specialized enzymes required for various activities during the digestion. The saliva is also secreted by these salivary glands, and this saliva is a hypertonic solution produced at a rate of about 1 liter per day. The function of the saliva is to lubricate and to clean the oral cavity by means of its water and glycoprotein content. It controls the bacterial flora by the action of lysozyme and lactoferrin enzymes, as well as the IgA, which is a immunoglobulin of type A, as well as by its cleansing action. It also initiates the process of digestion of carbohydrates by the action of the enzyme salivary amylase. It also acts as a solvent for the substances that stimulate the taste buds. This saliva also assists in the process of deglutition, which is also known as swallowing. Any food cannot be swallowed unless it is moistened with the saliva. And if the food is moistened with saliva, then engulfing, swallowing will become quite easy. This is all about the anatomy and the function of salivary gland. And for further information, you can refer these textbooks, which are available in almost all libraries of our colleges. Thank you.